Hey fellow gamers, Chatty, Sisa here. So we have the upcoming remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn coming with the release date by the end of October, and I thought I'd do something special for that one. I know that there are a lot of people here who have already played the game, but a lot of you probably will replay it again when we have this remastered version out there. And I thought for the completionists it might not be bad to post a series of vids where you can see how to find some stuff by location. I know there is a ton of vids already out there which are showing you, for example, how to find all the Banuk figures or all the metal flowers, but I'm not sure if there is one which is going location by location as you are proceeding throughout the game. So what I'm trying to do here is to show you everything in a certain spot, whether it's data points or it's the collectibles. So I'm hoping that this will be helpful for you when you are going to replay the game, when you can look around in every location if you have found everything. And it is also including the quest items, so that you make sure that you are not missing anything, even from the quests, and you can have like 100% everything collected. I hope this is going to be useful for you, and in case you do find something that maybe I have missed or maybe I should have done differently, please let me know in the comment section below. Or also, if you think that it was very helpful, any positive feedback would be really much appreciated from your side. And if you like this vid, please don't forget to hit that like button below. It's really very helpful for the YouTube algorithm as well. Thanks a lot already in advance, and here's the first part for you. I have separated the existing in-game map into approximately 6 territories. This is how we will proceed in the game. The number 1 is the starting point. That's the Sacred Lands within the Nora territory, and that's where we will start Aloy's journey. Number 2 is the rest of the Nora lands, and bordering on that is number 6 on top, which is the Banuk lands from the Frozen Wilds DLC. Number 3 is the Northern Karja territory with a couple of Oseram. Number 4 is Meridian and the Southern Karja territory. And number 5 is the territory of the Shadow Karja. So this is how we will proceed during the game, approximately in those steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then at the end I will show you the Frozen Wilds DLC as well. This is what it looks like when you have all the data points which you have gathered throughout the game. So you have 63 audio data points, 22 hologram data points, 52 text data points from quests, 67 text data points spread across the world which are not related to quests, 10 text data points which are coming from machines. Usually these are from either cauldrons or from the Tolnecs. 18 glyphs which are coming in the form of books or scrolls and you have to find. The Frozen Wilds DLC has 25 audio data points, 13 text data points spread across the world, 14 text data points which are coming from quests, and 3 Frozen Wilds hologram data points. The collectibles include vantage points, ancient vessels, metal flowers, and Banuk artifacts. The Frozen Wilds DLC has as collectibles pigments and animal figurines. To help you out with finding everything in the game, there is a good map available online. I will post the link in the description, where you can check the entire map of Horizon Zero Dawn, and you can go one by one each item and you can mark it as found, which means you will see exactly which ones are still open and you have to find on the map or in the world in the game. There are several categories, as you can see. One is called 100% checklist, and then there are data points, holograms, glyphs, and text data points. That's because the 100% checklist contains everything aside from the data points. So this is the 100% completion checklist, and as you can see, there are several categories, but those categories are, for example, for vantage points, metal flowers, Banuk figures, and so on. You can filter each of these separately and, for example, deselect all of them and focus only on the animal figurines. We can see that we have found 0 out of 6, and you have listed them here with the name that you see when you find each of these items. These animal figurines are from the Frozen Wilds DLC, so even the Frozen Wilds DLC is included here. You can simply mark each of the items that you have found in this box, and as you can see, the name will be grayed out, or you can decide to even hide the item. And in that case, you can only see in the list what's still open. Now, please be aware that if you want to mark everything that you have found, it will be more than 100 items. Unless you upgrade to the Pro version, you can only tick off 100 items. So it's up to you how you want to proceed. You could, for example, untick or unmark some which you have already found. The moment, for example, you are sure that you have found already all the animal figurines, you can just simply untick them again and just forget this entire category, and then you can focus on another category and you will still stay within the limit of 100 items. If you click on the full map, you can see that there are, for example, as well areas where you can find the machine sites. So here, for example, is the Strider site. You can also see that on the map there are items which are outside of it, and that is simply because these are usually the underground bunkers or the locations that are related to quests. And in this case, you can actually see as well the text and audio data points which you can find. This one, for example, is from the area in which you are starting, so this is from the Sacred Lands. You will not be able to enter it in the beginning, but it is something that you will be able to enter later on in the game, and you can see here exactly each of these text data points, even with the name of it. So it is easy for you to follow up whether you have found everything that you need. I found this map very useful, and in case you're playing the game for the first time, this might be a good help for you. There is a difference in how many and what items or collectibles or data points you have already in your inventory when you are starting a completely new game and when you are starting a new game plus. There's also a difference when you can pick some of these items. This is solely related to the prologue where Aloy is a small child, and you can see now the completely new game what this looks like.
Children, come with me. She's an outcast, to be shunned. There. Oh, come on. There.
He won't hear me. Some kind of cave?
This is exactly the point where you can gather some of the data points in this cave, which you have access to already as a child. You will still have to come back for some items when you are older, but you have the advantage that some of these items will be already in your inventory when you start a new game. Here's the metal flower, the first one that you encounter in the game. However, because Aloy is a small child, this is one of the items which you will have to come back for and pick up when she's already an adult. This is another area which is inaccessible to Aloy as long as she's a child. You can come back here when she's an adult. There is really nothing here that would be of any interest aside from a few crates, but I just wanted to show you that this one is here as well, which is currently inaccessible. As you go through the door, right in front of you there's another area. This is quite an important one, so it would be good to remember this one and come back when Aloy is an adult. As you can see, there's an audio data point which you will need to scan, and there is also a power cell which you will need for the special armor here in this game. Once you turn around, there is here something that you should scan, so don't forget to turn on your focus.
Director Evans, flash traffic from USRC. Black quartz encryption. I've routed the message to your hologrid for viewing.
And these are the data points that you are going to find here in this bunker, and you can pick them up already right now.
It's got a device, like the one I found.
You think I want it this way? It's the best I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Show me. Show me again.
I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
This data point will be the only one which you have in your inventory when you start a new game plus. All the other items which you can see here are not available and you will have to come back. To your left is another area which is currently inaccessible, but you can access it once you come back as an adult Aloy. Once you squeeze through the door, there is an area to your right which you should explore.
Well, Happy New Year, dear diary. Can you believe we actually celebrated last night? Well, we did. Kind of. Director Evans invited everyone to gather in the community room. Don't know where she got the party hats. That was a ghoulish touch. So there we sit, watching the clock tick down to midnight, and I'm thinking, am I the only one who gets the symbolism of this? It might have been worth it if Skylar had gotten drunk again, but I seem to be a mistake she doesn't want to repeat.
I saw them lining up in the community room. Like cattle in a slaughterhouse, but smiling at each other. Shauna handing out meds like being alive is some kind of pain to be eased. Well, not me. I don't want to go quiet. I don't want to trail off. I want a period at the end of my life sentence, not an ellipses. Hell, an exclamation mark. So if that upsets whoever finds this, too bad. I don't know anyone, anything, anymore.
Once you're up the stairs, you are now entering an area where there is a lot of the audio data points, so I suggest to go systematically through the entire room one by one.
I mean, seriously? Record our thoughts for posterity? Great idea, Director Evans. Like I haven't done enough for posterity already. Like I wouldn't be here like this if not for posterity. I'm done with posterity. Posterity can go.
And Machu Picchu. Always wanted to see that. Never did. Why didn't I go with Owen when he asked? Stupid. Should have gone. Well.
They
all there to shine, but God who called me here below will be forever mine. And maybe that's all I need, you know? That moment the door opened and you were standing there wearing that retro wave dress and the way you smiled. I had to look away or you were gonna see on my face what had just blossomed inside me, you know? It was just an instant, but I knew we'd be forever.
And pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Death. I'm sorry. It's been a while. And these meds Johnny gave us are really something. So, okay, from the top, kids. Hail Mary, full of grace.
He found me. Ross found me. Down here. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, Mother be praised. Come, girl. Take my hand. You don't belong down there. Come.
Now let's check the inventory and see what you have gathered so far. If you look at the data points, you can see that you have currently the first 8 data points in audio data points available, and you have 1 hologram data points. All of the audio data points were the data points that you have gathered from the dead people down there in the bunker, and the hologram data point is that famous Happy Birthday Isaac. So the difference between starting a completely new game and starting the New Game Plus is that on top of this hologram data point, you have all these audio data points already collected. This is the start of a New Game Plus, so if you look at the inventory here and go to the notebook and look at the data points, as you can see what I mentioned before, you only have this hologram data point, but you are missing all of the audio data points. So in this case we have to go back to the bunker and gather the remaining data points, which we are not having. If you switch to the map, you will clearly see that the ruins with the underground bunker are marked as green, so it means we have already visited them. We have to go back there, so let me just show you how to get to it through another side. And now we can also collect all the items that we couldn't collect previously when we started to play as a small child. To get to the bunker, you have to stand in front of the gate to the Mother's Watch settlement, and we'll be going towards the right side. There's a path not so far away, you can still see it from here, so it's not so far from the path. You have to be careful when you approach it because the decline is quite steep, so let me just jump down.
This old place.
I haven't been here in years. Wonder what I can find.
And this is basically the exit point. And you can see here now on the map where we are standing. So we are retracing our steps and we have to go back. Let's be careful not to miss any items that we need to pick up. We are now at this big room where there are so many dead bodies, so let's go again systematically through the room and scan everything.
And pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Death. Sorry, it's been a while. Oh, these meds Johnny gave us are really something. So, okay, from the top, kids. Hail Mary, full of grace. And maybe that's all I need, you know? That moment to do it, and you were staying there, wearing that retro weight dress.
This is one of the additional rooms where we can find some additional items. It doesn't have anything specific, but it's nice to gather some additional resources. When you come up the stairs and you go through the door, if you look to the left, this is the door that we fixed with the focus when Aloy was a child. And opposite to it, to the right, is the room where we need to get to if you want an additional power cell for your Shield Weaver armor. This is also the place where the quest can be triggered. Don't forget to scan the audio data points again. There are some crates with additional items. And here's the power cell.
Some kind of power cell. I wonder what it's for.
And this is an additional data point that you did not get to see in the previous part when we started a completely new game, so you really have to go back to the bunker to get this one. And if you go into the data points, you can see that we have now all of the 8 data points that were missing previously. We have the hologram point already that we had, but we have now a new text data point. We still need to proceed back towards the cave because we still need to pick up that metal flower which we have seen. On the side is this one additional room which I pointed out. There's really not much else than some crates. But you can get in now.
too much already.
And before you reach the exit, here's the room with the metal flower.
Oh, you're not ordinary.
And we're back at the spot where Aloy fell into the cave. Once you climb back out, you can check the map. And on the map will be a road that is leading to the backside of the cabin where Rost and Aloy are living. Along the road there is a spot where you can find the second metal flower available in the Sacred Lands, and that flower is about here. To get to the second flower, start again in front of the gate to Mother's Watch, only this time you will turn to the left and continue over there. Once you almost reach the top of the mountain, if you would follow the road towards the right side, you would come back to the cabin, and if you look directly in front of you, there's a point where you can slide down. This is where you get to the flower. Now you can see that we have already 2 flowers from the set 1, so we also have already some collectibles. These 2 flowers and the data points are currently at this point everything that you can gather before Aloy goes to the proving. So let's skip after the proving when you wake up, or when Aloy wakes up, and let's continue there. So this is when Aloy wakes up after the proving, and before we leave the area we need to find the power cell, the next one that we need for the shield weaver armor. If we miss it, we can still come back and find it later, but it will be much later in the game, so it's best to make sure that you are not missing it.
Where's my focus? Okay. Am I inside the secret mouth? Only me generics are allowed inside. I should keep looking. I'm picking up some kind of signal. It must be the damaged focus. The one I took from that killer. It's close. Looks like the ruins I fell into when I was young.
So towards your left side is your equipment, towards the front is where you are going to leave this area, and on the right side is where you need to find the power cell. There is a locked door, however, if you crouch down and take this route, you will directly go to the power cell. And there it is.
Another one of these power cells. But what do I do with it?
But first, I think...
As you're leaving the sacred lands, there's a merchant right in front of the gate through which you have to go out. That merchant has the map with all the additional collectibles like Banuk, figures, metal flowers, and so on. So don't forget to stop by at this merchant and buy the relevant maps. So this is it for the first part. I hope that you have found the video useful. We have seen everything that there is in the Sacred Lands as you are proceeding through the game. And then the second part will be showing you everything in the rest of the Nora Lands. And once the video is published, you will be able to find the link as well here. So I hope you did enjoy this one. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned and game on.